Well, hey, welcome back to InPhocus Adventures, where we talk about the art of living well after work, freedom, purpose, simple living, and occasionally pointing a motorcycle down the road just to see where it goes. Video called Retirement Won't Make You Happy. Some of the responses told me that this is something a lot of us are thinking about. So in this next chapter, not the retirement brochure, but what ordinary life actually begins to feel like. So these are the 5 biggest things the first 90 days taught me. Stay tuned. The first surprise is that unlimited time can become strangely slippery. When you're working, Monday has a shape, Friday has a feeling. The weekend feels valuable because it has edges. And in retirement, one day can start blending into the next. I learned that freedom and structure are not opposites. A small amount of structure actually protects your freedom. Oh, I'm losing stuff off my little straps here. Oh, look at that. Little rubber piece. Oh well. Not that important, right? Sorry, I'm trying to unload the motorcycles here. Oh yeah, small amount of structure actually protects your freedom. I don't mean scheduling every hour. That would turn retirement into another job, right? And I don't mean giving a few days a few anchors. Get up at a reasonable time, move your body, do one useful thing, do one enjoyable thing, and if possible, make contact with another human being. And that simple rhythm will keep the day from becoming an empty day. You know, for years when we're working, one of the first questions people ask you, what do you do for a living? What's your job? And I don't know if I can push this up here. Might have to start it up. And the first thing we say is tell them what our job is. And you know, when you retire, that just about disappears overnight. And you know, for some that can be a little unsettling because work gave us more than a paycheck, gave us deadlines, competence, familiar faces, and proof that we were useful. And the biggest challenge is that not to replace a job title with a new label. Is to remember that you're always more than the job. And you know, you're the person who notices a back road, the person who fixes something instead of throwing it away, the friend who calls, the spouse who is present, the beginner willing to look awkward while learning something new. So retirement doesn't remove your identity, it gives you room to build a new one. And you know, whether you want to build a new identity, it's entirely up to you. Or you can just, maybe you didn't have your job title wasn't your identity. Maybe you're just you, no matter if you're working or retired. And that's just something you might have to figure out, or you might just have to keep rolling. I'm sorry about the noise. I'm inside the camper. I turned the AC on because it's a little muggy and nasty. So yeah, let me tidy up in here and we'll keep going with this video. Love a good hobby. Riding, filming, exploring, working on projects, photography, ham radio, kayaking, fishing, but a full garage is not automatically a full life. I can't do all these things at the same time. You know, hobbies help us pass the time, and that purpose gives time meaning. Sometimes they overlap, but not always. Purpose can be surprisingly ordinary, helping somebody, sharing what you've learned, taking care of your health. I've been trying to run a little bit lately. I ran 3 miles a day, not fast, took me about a day and a half, but I got there. It was okay. I didn't walk, I ran the whole way. Slow as all hell, but I did it. And you know, so you got to take care of yourself, eating better. You got to do that. You can give up those McNuggets any day now. I keep looking at the wrong part of the camera. I apologize. And making something useful, being dependable for people around you, you know, helping people. And you know, the question that helped me wasn't how do I stay busy? It was what would make today feel worthwhile? Because busy and worthwhile are not the same thing. So I'm back inside, as you can tell. It got a little hot out there. I got what I needed to do. I turned the AC on in the camper, which it got pretty cold in there. Such a small space. That AC works like a charm. Again, on this trip, maybe we'll do a walk around the camper, a little review, so to speak. It's a nice little toy hauler. You know, in another video, I joked that the weather had become my new boss. And there is some truth to that. Like, you know, when a beautiful Tuesday arrives, I can ride on a Tuesday. I don't have to save life for Saturday like you do when you're working. But the deeper lesson is flexibility. A rainy day is not a ruined day. It's a different day. Maybe it becomes a reading day, a maintenance day, planning day, or do absolutely nothing without feeling guilty day, which is basically every day. Retirement gets better when you stop demanding that every day be productive or perfect. Like I said about not needing a routine. You know, you waited a long time to control your schedule. Don't hand that control straight back to guilt. You know, at work, connections happen almost by accident. People are nearby, conversations appear, even annoying ones count as human contact. And, you know, we make lasting relationships and friendships at work sometimes. So when you're retired, you have to make the call. You have to suggest the lunch. You have to join the group. You have to take the ride. Sometimes be the person who reaches out twice. And this may be the most important lesson of all, because freedom without connection can become isolation. You don't want to, unless you are one of those guys who want to live an isolated life. And you don't need a huge social calendar. You need a few relationships that are not based on the job you used to have, because you don't have that job anymore. Has retirement felt the way I expected? Not exactly. It isn't a permanent vacation. It isn't happiness delivered to the front door, and it isn't the end of useful work. So it's more like getting a blank page after spending years writing inside of somebody else's lines. That blank page can feel exciting, it can feel uncomfortable, or both. But little by little, you begin to choose a rhythm. You learn which things matter, which things are only habits, and how little time it takes to make a good day. A cup of coffee, a useful task, a clear road, a person you care about, enough time to notice all of it. So if you're retired, what surprised you most during your first few months? And if retirement is still ahead of you, what are you most curious or concerned about? So yeah, put it in the comments. I'd like for this channel to become a way of having conversations with people who are retired or who are close to retirement or newly retired, who have been retired, and be interesting to find out what some conversation about living well after work really looks like with other people. And I don't do this very often, but if that sounds like your kind of journey, subscribe to InPhocus Adventures. Until next time, keep life simple, keep looking forward, and I'll see you down the road. What's up, guys? I just want to take this couple of seconds here to thank you for watching the video all the way to the end. I really do appreciate it. It means a lot to me. Please leave a comment, and I will always comment and get back to you guys. You know I always do. And if you're in the local area or you're passing through and you got time and I have time, maybe we can meet up for a cup of coffee, smoke a cigar, go for a motorcycle road, go for a motorcycle ride, or even wet a hook out in the river or pond somewhere. I appreciate it. Y'all be safe, and I'll talk to you again on the next video.